felt like that's smart. I thought that was something maybe even Charmaine should have did. What's going on, my loves, and welcome back to another recap. My name is Ash. If you are new, and welcome to Ashland. And so here in Ashland, I do recaps, vlogs, some of a bit of everything that kind of interests me. So if that's something you think you might be interested in, definitely go ahead and subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and drop some comments below. Of course, to let me know your thoughts of the episode, and let's, of course, getting some good convo, chat it up about it. If you're looking for a TV bestie, I'm definitely your girl. If you're looking for somebody to talk about these latest episodes, these crazy episodes, this ratchet TV, that's what I'm here for. So come on and join the family here with us, and let's get it in and talk this good stuff. So tonight we're doing Black Ink Crew episode. I think we're like on 2021. Let's get this showdown going on. Episode 21, Show Up to Showdown. So y'all, getting into it. Of course, we're not even wasting any time because your girl is belly is full. One thing I do love is while having a good meal or watching some good old ratchet TV, aka basically my favorite shows. So the tummy is full and I'm ready to go ahead and get to talking about it. So we are in Atlanta still. You know, the whole crew went down to Atlanta. The C's fired everybody from the Atlanta shop because they went behind his back and did a convention that they were told specifically that they were not supposed to do. So basically, everybody's still in Atlanta except for Rock and Crystal. And first day, everything went good. You know, everything seems to be good. Everything seems to be flowing. But it's like, okay, what's going on with Rock and Crystal? Are they gonna come? Are they not gonna come? Because basically at this point, C's gonna fire them. C's is definitely gonna give them the boot if they don't get this together and if they don't show up. So when Puma calls, they're like, we're coming, we're gonna make it, we're a few hours out, and they definitely, they basically let them know, like, if y'all don't get it together, y'all ain't gonna have no job, because Caesar's like not playing. So y'all need to get here, y'all need to be on it. But C's basically, wants to, show everybody his appreciation for, showing up, to Atlanta for one, and, making that first date back in Atlanta, good, getting the Atlanta shop, just back on track. So he's like, I'm gonna do this event. I'm gonna throw this, basically like a party, like an after dark party. So they're immediately like, after dark, sound kind of kinky, sound kind of raunchy, sound kind of naughty. Like, what you up to, C's? Like, are they up to their normal party craziness, strippers? Just, y'all know how these Black Ink parties can be. But C's is like, nah, we're going to do things basically a little bit different. Like, C's just had things just all up his sleeve this episode. So basically, he's like, of course, invite whoever you want to invite for this party. The more the merrier. And I think I guess to even just touch on, I guess we'll touch on it a little bit as far as like the Bay and Jay situation. Everybody knows at this point that they are together, seeing each other, like whatever, whatever. Clearly, Jay was part of production, and now he's not part of production because he was rendezvousing with Bay. So Tati just makes a comment, "Ooh, now, babe, you can bring Jay, like whatever, whatever, whatever." Like everybody knows, but I guess this would be the first time that he's actually been around everybody since them actually being together and getting fired from production. So I guess maybe that's the whole secretive and her kind of feeling like she doesn't know how everybody's going to react to Jay being around and Jay being there, whatever, whatever. But Jay came with her on the trip, so she's like, he's definitely coming. Like, it's clearly like he's going to be around or whatever or whatnot. But back to it, like I said, C's pulled out all the stops. C's, I ain't gonna say put out all the stops, but he definitely had some, things up his sleeve. And one thing about C's is business savvy. And wow, we get so, things get crazy in Black Ink and it can be ratchet, in the same sense. But when he's on his, giving back to the community, when he's on his business stuff, The boy is on it. Like, you cannot take that away from him. Like, he, him just, you know, Brandon, Black Ink crew, just this show, as in general, and see how that's expanded to, to now two other franchises, Chicago and Compton, and then to, um, just even and then now just with the shops in general, just having different black inks in general in different cities or whatever or whatnot, like not even just cities in different states. So the boy is on it. So basically, like I said, so it starts off with them bringing them to like this specific area in Atlanta, and he brings out Maya, who's like this, like a guru as far as like in the tattoo world, and as well, I guess, with just like business stuff in general. And basically, Maya has specifically have been working on this specific, street or this area that, of course, have been built up by slaves, and now he's turning it into something positive for black people, but as well black people in like an art form of community. So not only did he, um, they're doing a basically a like a whole thing on like hunger or whatever or whatnot, like a whole, basically like a giving back, to people who are homeless, feeding the homeless basically. Could not get that out for a second. So they're giving back and feeding the homeless, as well. You know, they get to take a look at this space or whatever that Maya has built that allows artists to come and what for free, work in that space and take advantage of that space. It seems like as they see fit. So again, like C's put out all the stops. So while everybody's Black Ink New York, is together, sitting around, just talking about what C's got going on and up his sleeve. Next thing you know, we see Dawn Four and Dawn Four and how I cannot think of the Nine Mags owner, like Ryan. Okay, Ryan. They come in, and not only does he come in, like he comes in with because I forgot. Like I remember Shorty Dre. I remember Dre definitely went to go work with Ryan and what's old boy name that was working with Charmaine too. But I think I do remember like he was wanting to work with Ryan too. I think that is kind of like how things ended on their season. But yeah, so like they did not like come alone. Like, and I think he came like with like his manager. I think that's the manager of his shop. But I think that manager like does tattoo work too. The light skinned guy. I can't remember his name. But like I said, he came. He brought his peeps with them. Again, nobody really knows what's going on. Like C's just saying like, hey, I'm doing this event as far as like the the Black Ink After Dark or whatever like event. That's all he's really like telling people. Next thing you know, Black Ink Compton, like Ink to Life, whatever. Like I'm tearing that all up, whatever. Black Ink Compton, y'all know, like I gotta I've been watching it, but I really watch it like on my own time. So it's not nothing like I'm really like dedicated to. Like for some reason, they just really just like I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Tim. I'm not a big fan. I am like I how they do like these shops be rough, but how they do, yeah, no, especially with the female situation, like ugh. So anywho, even they come, mind you, they come alone. So we like okay, like something's really going on. Like we clearly see in the previews that C's was talking about kind of like doing like a whole battle or whatever or whatnot. But not again. Not only do Tim and I am show up, here comes Lemire, here comes Barbie, not Barbie, Voodoo Doll. I think it's Voodoo, but Voodoo Doll and what's the Nessa or whatever. When like the franchises Black Ink, like this is the first time we've seen the different shows come together at one time. Like we've seen them, they did like the little reunions where they're all on like the zooms or zooms together doing whatever, but actually in the same setting at the same time. Like that was dope or whatever or whatnot. But again, nobody was really, hip to, what was going on, what was what, until they finally meet up with Siege, back at the place, with Maya, and they basically Siege lets them know that hey, we're basically of course here to give back. The tattoo artists are going to do a mural on this wall, and did I say that right? A mural, a morale, a memorial. Y'all gonna forgive me on this Good Monday. Y'all gonna forgive me, okay? Y'all gonna forgive me, but nonetheless, so they do, like I said, do a memorial on on the wall. The tattoo artist, the like the managers or everybody else, they go and do the hunger, the feeding the homeless, as far as that, and then the managers basically and the owners go and go with C's to talk about basically the future and what he's looking for and what he's looking to do as far as Black Ink. And so coming there and coming to that space, like it motivated obviously outside of C's, Ryan, and motivated I am to really like look and see like this is obviously something that we want in our community. This is something that we want to build on. So basically like I said, like they have this space where artists can come. It's free, and they can work on their craft, whatever, so to speak. Probably a plethora of things, but that's kind of like really how Maya had kind of like summed it up or whatnot. And sees just puts out there that he wants to one. Let's do our own conventions, and I think which is smart. Coming from this, you know, especially after what happened with the crew in Atlanta and them doing that convention against Caesar's will and against Caesar's reasoning for not wanting to do that convention, it's definitely time that they step up and come up with their own stuff. So he's like, let's, one, this ain't about me. This ain't about, just about like Black Ink. This is about us doing something as, a community, as artists, in general, doing something that's bigger than me, bigger than us, bigger than Black Ink, coming together, maybe forming a convention of our own, coming together and forming a space like this in our own communities or whatever to help other artists or whatnot. Like it's totally dope. Like I'm always all for us as because of us being at the bottom of the totem pole. Like we should be about working together and coming together and making that generational wealth, that generational growth, even if you want to call it, for you, for our families, for us, for our communities, because the greatest thing is we're thinking we're so big. A lot of us are out here. A lot of us are out here thinking that we can't help. We don't want to help our fellow come up because that's competition for us, and they're gonna stop our bag. No, baby, I promise you, it's more than enough to go around. It's more than enough to go around. And if you can't see that from these people out here that we're watching every day on our television screens, if you can't see that from the people who you listen to every day, because they out here doing it. They out here doing it, continuing to make each other richer while we're out here trying to stop each other from getting a vendor from a company that you from we stopping each other from getting, giving somebody else a vendor that we work with. Like, come on, sis. Like, and I know to say that because that's a lot of what I see as far as especially with these boutiques and just stuff like that. Like, these female businesses do not want to help another female business because she feel like, oh well, she had to work harder to get that information, or she feel like again that's going to take away from her boutique or what she's doing in her business. Like again, there's more than enough to go around. I promise you. I promise you. So y'all, like I said, y'all know, before I forget about my girl, because y'all know Tati could not wait. I feel like, oh girl, I feel like baby could not wait to sit down with C's ever since, finding out that she's not gonna, have to serve any jail time. Oh girl has been ready to pull C's to the side and be like, hey, so this is what my next venture is. This is what I'm going to do. Can we proceed? Can we not proceed? So boom. She had pulled C's to the side, obviously to let him know that one, she's not going to have to do time. And I'm thinking, of course, like, all right, she ready. Tati's not wasting no time. She ready to go ahead and get to this whole, like, she ready to get to this whole open up this shop thing. But actually, what she actually said, even though there was shade from Alex, like it was actually it did kind of make sense. Basically, she wants to be an apprentice. Obviously with her wanting to run a tattoo shop, she feels like she should know more about actually tattooing. I felt that's smart. I thought that was something maybe even Charmaine should have did or whatever, whatnot. You get into a business that you don't necessarily know anything about, or you don't even have a working type of craft in it yourself. I think it's one. It lets you know. It puts you in a position of where you're always continuing to learn. Where you feel like you cannot stop learning. That you're always open to learning into new things. So for her, I respect it. I respect it, Tati. If that's what you want to do, even being Caesar's apprentice, I don't know if he got time for that. If he got time for you, whatever, whatever. But hey, if I was gonna ask to be an apprentice, I'm gonna ask top of the top to be the top of the top apprentice too. Like, come on, business owner, I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you when I grow up. So yes, you need to teach me. I would be your apprentice. So I ain't mad at you, Tati. Do what you gotta do. Get your bag, girl. Alex, stop hating. Now, this party. We knew this party was not gonna be a party without some strippers. Of course, the strippers pop out, but nonetheless, everybody enjoyed this party. Everybody's having a good time. Like I said, Crystal and Rock did finally show up. So of course, they go and give their respects to C's, and C's basically like lets them know, like basically, y'all was almost basically out of a job. Y'all not showing up the first day was basically a sign of disrespect. And it's kind of like, y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a sucker. And I'm not a sucker. It's a Libra in me that I try to see things from both sides. So, I'm really trying to like, even, after hearing them explain their side and whatever, whatnot, like, hey, we didn't want this to happen again with the dog. So that's why we decided to go back to Jersey and take the dog back. Like, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm like, okay, all right, makes sense. All the while, C's got me feel like a fool for possibly believing this foolishness. Like, so he's like, basically y'all was almost out of a job. I need y'all better basically tighten up, because basically y'all got one foot in, one foot out before C's gonna have y'all at the door. But y'all, again, what really made this episode was like me so excited and just so anxious, and like actually like I'm like all giddy like a kid and just like excited, is C's getting everybody together and sitting everybody down and like, look, it's about time that we it's the first time us together, whatever, whatever. It's the first time we go ahead and do a battle of the tattoo titan. Like, let's get it figured out who's the best of the best. And of course, when you lit for your craft, when you notice what you do, when you know you good, like you lit. Everybody is lit for this battle. They are ready. And I think as well, what felt good about it was, even though Compton is having their beef, they're having their going through their thing or whatever right now, they're still in it. They're still like, but we gonna show up, like we're still gonna show up. We're all Compton. Like, forget all the beef, forget all the drama. We gonna show up for Compton, because at the end of the day we all representing Compton, and Compton gotta win this. So y'all, let me know who y'all think got this battle. Who y'all think? All right, let's talk about city. Let's talk about just cities as all in general. Who do y'all think has the best artists? In what city, whether it be New York, Compton, or Chicago? All right, and then after that, if let's talk about individually, who individually is boom. All right, so let's boom. So overall group, three categories, right? Overall group, overall city. Who's the best overall city? Um, let's again, we're just talking about tattoos. We're not talking about all the other stuff, drama, whatever, whatever. Who overall city does the bad tattoos, right? And then let's do a from each city. Who's your favorite tattoo artist individually from each city? And then give me your overall favorite tattoo artist of every single body. All right, you got it. So favorites. All right, always again, top tattoo city, right? Top tattoo artists from each city, and then tattoo favorite tattoo artists overall. You don't have to do all three. You could possibly do one, but let me know. And yeah, just let me know your fave. So if you once you let me know your fave, that kind of like lets me know who you possibly think is gonna take the battle. But Even though your fave, you don't think your fave is gonna win the battle, you can put that too. I hope I didn't make that too confusing because this battle has gotten me so excited. Again, everybody's excited. Everybody's lit for it. So I can't wait till next Monday. Hope you can't wait till next Monday. Definitely, again, let me know. Do that poll that I just put you on again, and of course, if you want, drop me some other feedback. Let me know what your thoughts was on this episode. I mean, at the end of the day, let's talk about it. C's is on his business stuff. C's knows how to get the bag. He knows how to bring the people together, even to get the bag. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what's stopping us as blacks from coming up and getting our own business together, and why we are stopping other black businesses from trying to come up. Like, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, but y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good Monday. I'll see some of y'all tomorrow for Team Mom. All right, peace.